Hello, and welcome back to Besties in Book Lore, the series where two best friends talk about their current reads, both good and bad. Today we're talking about our July reads. And it was a very colorful month for me. I will say it was a good month. It was a short, like I didn't read a lot of books. I'll just say it now. I think I can say it now that I'm pregnant, and so I just have not been feeling super great. And it's been summer, and so I'll get back on the horse at some point. I only read four
At
books,
some
but
point.
yeah,
You read a variety of books this month though.
I really did. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, and two of those books we read together. So,
Yes.
do you want to talk about those first?
Yeah. Um so we read The Dread Descendant by Lauren Kate Leakey. I guess is how you say that.
Yeah,
Um yeah. And it was fine. It was a long book to be a little bit confusing. Um it didn't live up to the hype I wanted it to, but it was a good time. I'm
yeah,
realizing a lot of the books I read this month I would describe as they were a good time.
yeah.
Um, this falls in that category of like,
Not
it's
life
not
changing.
prose. It was a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I enjoyed the like. I think it started out as Harry Potter fanfic, so I enjoyed
Yeah.
like that. I haven't read any Harry Potter fanfic. I know you have, but
Yes,
uh,
I've read a lot of Harry Potter fanfic, including a different book I read on this list this month.
okay,
But
yeah. So
yeah,
that was kind of fun for me, but yeah, I was a little let down. I think like I was hoping. I feel like it had more potential than what it ended up being. So
yes.
it's not one
Yeah,
I.
I felt like it started off really good. The magic system was pretty interesting. The college, like you and I both love a good academia book. And I think we were both like, oh, this is going to hit. And it just didn't quite hit where I wanted it to hit, I think.
Yeah, I
So,
totally agree. So
yeah.
okay, and the next one is the co-op by is it Tara DeWitt? Dwight? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think so. It. Yeah.
DeWitt. Um, and yeah, we love that author. We've read two together. We've read two other books by her. So
Yeah. I
this
mean, yeah, we both have read those same three books. Yeah.
that's
I
right.
mean,
Okay.
yeah. And Left of Forever, I feel like for both of us was one of our top romance reads of the year. And
Yes.
that's her most recent book that came out in April. April or May, maybe May.
Yeah, loved that one so much.
Mm-hmm.
This one was it was good. It was a good
It
time.
was a good time.
Like you said. But yeah, it wasn't definitely wasn't on that same level. I was kind of like the way I measure a romance book is like by the end of it, am I kind of like over it? Like they finally get together, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I kind of got a little bit of that vibe. Like I was just kind of like, okay, I'm ready to
Yeah.
move on to the next thing. Less invested in their story. Uh, but I liked their backstories. I felt like their like conflict was believable. Like their miscommunication like made sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I appreciated that. And it was cute. Like it was good.
Yeah.
Um,
In 2025, I think I'm in my second chance romance era. I just seem to be picking up a lot of second chance romance books. So this fit the bill for me, but I felt like the same. It was good. I think I noted how far she's come as an author because I felt like I didn't love her writing as much in this book. And I think her writing is beautifully done and Left Up Forever. So I think she does get way better as an author. I think this was one of her first books.
yeah,
And the
agree.
Spoon series with Savor It and Left Up Forever is more recent. So, but good time. I mean, I enjoyed it. I wasn't like dreading to get through it. So,
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying. Oh, okay. It was first published in 2022,
okay.
so that makes sense. There was
Yeah.
a few references that seemed uh, like fairly current, like within the past 5 years. So that makes sense. but an author can do a lot of growing in just like 3 years. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
So definitely it's not like deterring me from wanting to keep reading her. I will still continue to pick up all
oh
of
yeah,
her books. But
for sure. And
yeah,
she seems like she's only getting better and better. So
I think
that's
so.
like,
Yeah.
um, do you want me to just finish mine since I
Yeah,
let
go
you?
ahead. Talk about your
Okay,
other journeys this year. My goodness.
some journeys. So after the Dread Descendant, I got a hold. A book came off hold for me on Libby called Blob. And this is a book that last time we met up, we were on vacation. We went to a bookstore and I saw it in the bookstore, and I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
so intrigued by this. I've gotten really into watching videos on YouTube of people like hate reading things, or like just bizarre like sentient object romance and like just weird stuff, and like having commentary on it. And so I I was like, the curiosity got the cat on that one because
You
I
always have book FOMO. So if people have been watching, nobody should be surprised the fact that you picked up this book because you
yeah.
have book FOMO. You have to read something if you think there's like a reason that people are talking about it. And that was this book. We've been talking about it since March
I
about this book.
will say, like, I have not seen another human that's read it. So it's not FOMO in the sense of like all these people are reading it, but it was just like I have to know what direction this could possibly go in. So the premise is that it's about like literally a blob that this girl finds, and it like is sentient, like it becomes like responsive to her, and it slowly learns how to like be human. It like grows limbs and it grows a head, and it like watches. She just brings it to her apartment, and it your face.
This is not getting any better, but keep going.
I tried to explain this to my brother and sister-in-law, and like I could tell I just sounded super crazy. Um, it's definitely the most unhinged thing I've ever read. I was
You
grateful that
did you do this on audio
what
or did you physically read the book?
audio. Yeah.
You listened to someone talk about a blob.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
so it learned how to be human from TV. The thing, okay, let me say that the thing that intrigued me about this book is I couldn't tell if it was like, it didn't seem like it was going to be one of those like sentient object, like sexual, like she F's a door kind
I
of
mean,
situation.
that's like a real genre, right? Like we
Yeah.
looked up, like they had the one that was like the peeps,
There's
right?
the
Like,
pork, there's like
yeah. Oh, there's
holiday.
a Veggie Tales one, right? Isn't there one that's vegetables?
Yes, produce.
Yes.
Something about produce.
Yeah.
Adore the Kool Aid Man. Like, there's so many. Yeah. Uh, balloon animals. Anything
We're
you could.
not yucking your kink yum. If this is
No,
your thing, like I'm glad somebody writes it for somebody.
no. But as I was saying, I didn't. It didn't seem like it was that kind of thing. But I also wasn't sure if it seemed like what's that book about the shark? Um,
What?
oh shoot, it's about someone who turns into a shark, but it's like very poetic, and it's about grief and stuff. And so I was like, I couldn't tell.
Wait.
Shark
Somebody
Heart.
was just telling me about that book.
Yeah, Shark Heart. That's what it is.
Yes, they were just telling me about this book and they were like, "Oh, it's so good." And they were telling me, it was a coworker, and they were telling me and my supervisor who read a lot, and we were both like, "They turn into a shark
Yeah,
and you want us to read it?" And she was like, "Oh my god, it's so beautiful." We were
yeah.
like, "Okay."
This felt like somewhere in between those two, because I think that one's very
Okay.
earthy and like
Yeah.
poetic and supposed to be, and the other ones are like trash. And
Yeah.
so this felt like right in the middle of that. There was like a
There was no was there romance?
kind of, it started getting weird at one point. And I was like, okay, this might be where we get real weird. Um, but it didn't. It was a short-lived like thing. She doesn't end
That's
up with
probably
a
for the
lover.
best.
Like maybe that's a spoiler, but it's not like it's kind of a story of her finding herself and like feeling lonely and kind of creating this like friend in a sense.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's not like the old school movie Blob where it like takes over everything, right?
yeah,
You know
like
what I'm talking about? The like very old movie.
I don't. I remember Flubber. Do you remember Flubber?
Yes, I do remember Flubber. No, so I feel like I have to go back and look this up, but there's like this like very old like 40s or 50s movie about a blob that like takes over a town, and it was filmed like 20 minutes from where I grew up, and every year they have a blob fest and they show it in the theater that was like in the film, and they have like a big event for the blob, the movie The Blob.
Wow.
This is a real thing. It's
If you
not, I don't, it's not as poetic as like somebody finding themselves, but
yeah. So it was a journey. I had a good time, like, and it had like meaning behind it. It definitely wasn't just silly, but um, yeah, it was fun. It's fun to read something like super different and something that you're just kind of like, I can't believe I'm reading this, or like thinking about why would someone write this kind of thing. Um, I think a lot of it hinged on like she was, I think, Taiwanese or something, and so half Taiwanese and half white. Like her mom was white,
oh,
and so
interesting.
a lot of it had to do with like her experience, like kind of trying to find herself in like
Where she
having.
doesn't seem to quite fit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hmm.
So yeah, it was good. It had value for sure, but it was very off the wall, strange like concept. But I'm glad I read it. So
Well,
um,
I just looked this up as we're talking, and I am totally correct that there is a movie, but I'm wrong. It's 1988 it came out. And it's called The
okay.
Blob, and it's a sci-fi movie, and
Huh.
it has Kevin Dillon in it. Um, and it's like a blob lands from space and like starts to like consume everything in its path. It's a
Yeah,
real movie.
this wasn't that, but I think it was like you are kind of led to believe that it is an alien, kind of.
Okay.
She thinks
So a
it's a blob.
similar beginning, a different ending.
Yeah,
This blob does not consume everything in its
yeah, it's
path. It
not
becomes
violent.
like a giant thing. This like it literally just rolls over things and eats it and becomes like a giant or blob.
Interesting. Well,
Yeah.
who knew there were so many stories about blobs? Welcome to the Blob channel.
Yeah, right?
um, okay, my other one was a 5-star read for me, and it was Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It was so good. I listened to this and like I went back and forth listening and reading. And the audio was great of it, and it ripped my heart out. Like the last like really it's crammed in the very end. I listened to the end of it, and the last 5 minutes were like such a roller coaster. And I was audibly sobbing. The
I mean, I
pregnancy
felt like
one was
you fit
really good.
in. That's the like FOMO trend right now is everyone's filming themselves reading the end of Atmosphere
Yeah,
and just them sobbing hysterically at the end of the book. So I feel like
I,
you agreed with that sentiment very much.
yeah. I should have recorded myself because it. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have because it was really
You
embarrassing.
texted me a picture of you crying. So there
I
is
did.
evidence somewhere of you crying, but not a video, which is probably for the best.
Yeah. But I came off of this book just like having a deep respect for Taylor Jenkins Reid. I feel like the way she set this book up, like you start it and it's this intense scene with all these characters that you don't know yet, but you're still like on the edge of your seat, like, oh my gosh, this is so intense. Then she stops it and goes back in time, and you get to learn all about these people, and you get really attached to them, and you get glimpses of going back to real time, but they're real time. It's like in the 80s, um, but like what's current for the book plot, and um, but you don't get the end of the story obviously until the very end of the book and
Yeah.
what actually unfolds, and you're so invested by that point that you're just like so emotional and so like devastated or
Yeah.
or whatever, like back and forth. Um, and yeah, it was really great. Just great like side plots and like character building and um storytelling. Like she's an artist. Like that's how I came off of that book. Is like she just she knows what she's doing.
I
She
heard
knows,
she did a lot of actual research for that book, like more
yeah,
extensive than some others. And some other authors, like I think I read somewhere she's been researching that for years, not
yeah.
like months before she wrote it, like years of doing research about space and stuff, um, to like make
It
it as believable and realistic as possible.
Yeah, it seemed like she knew what she was talking about. She kind of talks in the beginning, like there's like a little like prologue. I don't know what you call it. Like, she writes a little note from the author kind of thing, and she talks about how like she was inspired because she got really into like stars and um, I don't know, astronomy and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
I love astronomy too, so I
yeah,
feel her on that.
I love like anything to do with space and like how astronauts live in space. Like I'll watch videos about like how they have to brush their teeth or how they have to sleep and like tie themselves down so they don't float around like and just crazy stuff. It's like fascinates me. So um, I was really excited to read this book because I hadn't read. I have Project Hail Mary on my list. That's another space type book, but
Yeah,
I
and
haven't
we
read it.
talked about my husband just read that last month, and he said it's not an easy read.
Yeah,
Project Hail Mary is that he said it was like it was a heavier read. It's not light.
yeah.
So I feel like this was not light either, but it felt like you got into it a lot easier than I watched him reading Project Hail Mary. So
Yeah, definitely less like heavy science based. Like she
yeah.
definitely talks about stuff, but it's not like you're not doing
Yeah.
equations or anything like
Yeah,
that.
there he said like there's literal calculations in Project Hail
Yeah,
Mary. Like they go through the mathematics behind the science. And so he
yeah,
said like it's hard to read because like you have to be very interested in that to like keep pushing through it.
yeah.
This is not the same level of sci-fi, I guess there, but a similar
Not
offensive.
not my vibes reads that I'm used to. I'm like I told because I was talking to my brother and sister in law because they gave me that book. I had been wanting
Yeah.
to read, and they had both read it. Side note, I've heard that the audio is really good on that one too, so I might
Yeah,
also.
somebody else said the audio was good. Mike had kind of wished he had done the audio.
Yeah.
Um, but
Um, but they said they agreed that like it is very like in depth with the science, and they're like, because I told them I have like one brain cell right now because I have pregnancy brain and all that, and they're like, yeah, you might want to wait a little bit. I'm like, okay, I'll put that one on the back burner for now,
yeah.
um, but yeah, anyway, yeah, I loved this book. It was so good. 5-star read for me. Just like it was a topic that I love, and it was done so well, and just like the dual timelines were really done so well, and so I yeah, I'm glad I read everything I read. I feel like it was some were better than others, some were crazier than others, but I feel like it was like a really fun month of reading, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm happy with it. So
Well, I had 3 5-star reads for this month.
wow,
Um, yeah, I felt like honestly I had a very good month. But I had a lot of 4-star reads. I feel like last month we talked and I was like, I had a lot of like between 3 and 4-star reads, and this was a much better month.
good.
But the surprise for me was I read One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune, and Alex and I have talked that we're not the biggest Carly Fortune fans. We both have read a book by her before, and both of us were like, it was fine, but didn't turn us both into like, I'm going to read everything she writes type of
And
an
seemed a
author.
little like formulaic, maybe like
Yeah, yeah. And
you know,
nothing super creative. It was fine. I do think part of it is I read Every Summer After, and I read it right after I had finished Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren, and like there was not the stories were similar, but Christina like Love and Other Words was just way better. And I do think Every Summer After is being made into a television show, and I think it'll be a great show. Um, it'll be like high school fun summer, like it'll be cutesy, right? Like it'll be good. So this actually builds on that. This is about one of the characters. All the characters from Every Summer After are in this book, but I think if you didn't read Every Summer After, it wouldn't deter from this book because I had read it almost 2 years ago at this point, and like didn't remember every little detail, and it didn't ruin this book for me, obviously, because it was 5 stars. Um, but it's beautifully written about um, a girl who uh, feels pretty lost in what she's doing. And she ends up going to the beach for the summer to take care of her grandmother. Her grandmother falls and has an injury, and she's helping her heal by staying at the beach with her for the summer. And she meets Charlie. Charlie is one of the characters from Every Summer After, and he also is trying to find himself as well. He is like a big city lawyer who's on some sabbatical, or businessman maybe, and he's on some sabbatical for the summer, and so he's staying at his old parents' house. He's coping with the loss of both of his parents, um, and they end up just spending a lot of time together. He's like the handyman at their house they're staying at. Um, it's so well done. I did this as a buddy read with a couple girls on Instagram. Um, and we had the best time talking about it. We all really liked it. I think all of us rated it at least 4.5 stars because it was that good. Um, yeah, it was great book.
Because we share an account, I was kind of getting like some of the like commentary of like you guys.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping if you were planning on reading it that you weren't looking, although we were like present messaging them, so you didn't have to click it if you didn't want to
Yeah,
see the
I
like
didn't
spoilers
really.
until it was available.
Yeah, I
Um,
didn't really like go on and like read. I just would see the banner like
yeah,
notification here and there, and I'm like, looks like they're
yeah.
having a good time in there.
But yeah, shout out to Kat and Becca because we had a great time. They're trying to convince me to read Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston with them this coming month. And I am not sold yet. So we'll see if I
Uh,
decide to jump on that bandwagon because I
you've
did
been
not
burned,
like
right?
Ashley Poston's last book. So I
What?
love 7 Year Slip.
Yeah, you like 7 Year Slip, so maybe you should give her another chance.
I know. That's what Kat told me. Kat was like, I think it was just her last book wasn't good. I've heard this one's really good. I'm like, okay, I'll think
Was it
about it.
Dead Romantics that you read? Is that her other?
No, I read seven. Oh, no, no, no. Dead Romantics is supposed to be good, but I have not read it. I
Okay, yeah,
read,
that one's good.
oh my gosh, it's on my bookshelf. A Novel Love Story by
Oh, okay.
her.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was disappointed. So we'll see. But yeah, we had a great time reading that. One Golden Summer was great. I do feel like I've seen it a lot this summer. A lot of people have been reading One Golden Summer, and I've seen mostly good things. But um, and then I read Rose and Chains by Julie Soto, which I feel like has been talked about a lot. Also, it's Harry Potter fan fiction. So if you have never read Harry Potter fan fiction, it does not matter. This book is its own magical system, world, characters that you would never, ever in your wildest dreams think was Harry Potter connected. I think she did a great job of separating it. Um,
And
considering I've read this one.
you read it as fanfic, and now you've read
I
it traditionally
Yes,
published. So I was thinking,
yes. So I read it as fanfic. And so I was a little bit unsure of how she was going to translate it, and it was great. The magic world is really interesting. Um, it's about a princess who um, her dad and her brother get killed in a war, and the other kingdom takes over. And all of the women from her kingdom get auctioned off. And so they get bought by these other men, and these men like use them as pawns for their magic. So they like basically steal their magic. And so each side has their own magic. So the side that wins is heart magic, her magic is mind magic.
oh, that's
Um, yeah, and
cool.
so the heart magic people use their like basically siphon their mind magic to become stronger, and that's why you want to get somebody in the auction is to use their magic. Um, and so the person who buys her is somebody she knows from going to school. So it starts out with them like in an academic setting at school, kind of builds up the characters, and they're going to a college together. So it's really interesting. It, I she kept pretty well with the fan fiction the whole time. Like events that happened were very similar until the end. and I got to the end, and the end of this book is a big, significant change from the fanfic.
Wow.
So I'm
Yeah.
interested to see how it's going to be a trilogy. I'm interested to see how it kind of develops. Um, this year has been light on romantasy, and I felt like this was really good. So
That's good.
yeah,
Uh, so that one's she's going beyond the story of what she already wrote. It's not like she's turning
no,
three from that one, right? Okay.
she's cutting
Because I
three from
know
that one.
she is, or
Yeah, she is.
like
So this
meaning I
stops
know.
about a third of the way into the book for the
Okay, so you're
fanfic.
saying it's different from that point in the book, like it changed from
Yes, yeah. So something happens at that point that never happened in the whole
gotcha.
fanfic. And
Okay.
it's kind of a big shift. So it was an interesting, like, I was very surprised at the end of the book.
Oh, that's fun. That's really fun because
Yeah,
I would worry like reading it like, oh, I've already, gotten the story, or like would worry it would just be like a reread, like so it's
yeah,
nice as like a different experience.
yeah. And honestly, she did such a good job with the magic world that it felt interesting and new. I haven't seen a magic world quite like this one. It felt a little bit different. So it didn't feel stale to me, even though I knew the events that might occur. I didn't know how it would quite play out in the same way with their differing of magic and stuff like that. So, um, yeah, so that was pretty cool.
Nice.
And then we'll talk more in depth about it in August, but Thorns and Fire was a 5-star read for me
Mhm.
by Helen Scheuer. Um, I got an early copy of it and read it in mid-July, and this series is just so good. She's just so good. Their world is good.
I've just been so happy. Like I'm only on like chapter 5. Um, and I don't know if I told you this, but I also got the audio so that because I was going to read it in the car and I was super nauseous. And so I was like, I'm just treating myself to the audio because I really want to hear the story and I don't want to have to wait. And I couldn't read because it was making it so much worse.
Yeah,
So
I get
the audio
that.
was great. I haven't, that was my first audio of hers. I've gotten some that were on sale of like Legends of Thesmar because I know I'm going to reread that at
Yeah,
some
at some
point,
point we'll do a reread of it.
but I haven't actually listened to it, so I didn't know like what to expect, and that both the readers are really great. So um, I've been enjoying that. And you listened to the last
I
book,
listened to Iron and Embers, yeah, and
yeah.
I enjoyed it.
So it's probably
Um,
the same narrators.
yeah,
Um,
we'd have to compare side by side and see if it is. I would
yeah,
guess she probably did get the same people though.
yeah. I
But
will
it's so
say like
good.
I'm trying not to only read it or listen to it because found a correlation between like me not liking a book as much and me listening to it on audio. I think I like books better when I'm reading them, and so I
It
just want
doesn't
to.
surprise me for romantasy either, because sometimes that
Yeah,
you miss things that are important. In a romance, it feels less like you're going to miss something important.
yeah, and if you do, it's like not that
Yeah,
critical. And so,
yeah,
um, yeah, this is one that I really, really want to enjoy because it's like, we love this author so much, and
yes.
it's just it's a treat to be able to have the book. And so I'm trying not to listen to only audio, but it is nice to have that to help me like not get stuck, like
Yeah, kind of bridge the gap a little bit. Yeah.
yeah. So
Um, Kip is the best in this book. He is this is my favorite
he's
Kip
the
book thus
best.
far. He's the
Period.
best
But
character. I
I'm
mean, he
excited.
is the best character. Oh, it's so good.
Kip,
I loved
Kip,
it.
Kip and Carrion. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah,
From
he
Silver.
from
Like
Quicksilver.
same vibe, but like Kip's the goat. Like you can't.
Yes. Yes. I mean, maybe when Brimstone comes out in November, we'll move Carrion up a little bit closer to Kip. But we're on book 6 of Kip, and
Yeah.
every time, so
I
good.
will say, I feel like they're kind of switched because with Carrion, you kind of start off hating him and you're like, this guy's a player, like he's kind of cringe, like, um,
Yeah.
and then he becomes kind of goofy, and Kip's like goofy from the jump, and then you kind of like get this layer of like he's kind of a player, he's kind of like
He's kind of
this
cringe.
enigma, like I don't know, and so
Yes.
it's kind of like they're kind of switched a little bit, but they're both just that kind of like silly, um, like what do you call that? Like comic relief kind of
Yes,
character.
for sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
And so
And Kip does not disappoint in this book, I'll tell you. So good.
nice.
Um, so I read some other really good books. I'll just go through a few of them. Um, so I read Silver Elite, which I feel like was really hyped up for a long time. People were talking about, is it a pen name? Obviously, who's the author? Did they use AI to write it? Like that was the big conversation with this book, right, for a long time. And of course, it took me a million years to get it off holds, but finally got it. And I liked it. I I think it was a quality book, like actual, beautifully written? No. Did I have a good time while reading it? Yes. And I said this to Alex already. It's labeled as dystopian, and that I'm not loving as the title because I don't think of dystopian as having a ton of magic, and magic is a very important part of this um, story. So I feel like dystopian to me reads like it was a world, there was a big war, and now the world looks different. And that wasn't quite the vibe I got. It's a little bit different. It is like that, but it didn't feel like I also listened to Catching Fire on audio this month. So I think I was comparing Hunger Games to this, and it's not the
Yeah.
same dystopian vibe.
Yeah. Hunger Games is
Um,
like peak, like
yeah.
dystopian
I mean,
vibe.
Catching Fire
Yeah.
was great, right? Like it was excellent. On audio, it was excellent. Um, and this was good. Will I keep reading it? Yes. The other complaint I think most people have had is it's back end heavy. So like the end of the book, it was a Sarah J. Maas theme, like of the last 100 pages had a lot happening in it. And a lot of it was kind of cringy, like things I was like, ooh, I don't love that that's what you put in there.
Yeah. Fair.
But I think it's going to be a trilogy. So I'll probably read it because it was a good time.
Would you say it was overhyped then?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but I feel like some people hated it, right? And didn't finish it.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people who said they did not finish it because they thought it was way too overhyped. So I don't think it was like there was not a single point in the book that I was like, I'm not going to finish this. I knew I was going to finish it. I liked it enough to finish it, but it was not close to a 5-star read for me. That was never in the conversation. So yeah, and then I did a lot of romance books this month. I read You Between the Lines by Katie Naiman. I posted about this a couple times on our page, and actually she had a deal on this book this weekend, and I shared it. But it was so cute. It was a second chance romance.
There we go.
About I know I'm all in on the second chance romance this year. It was not the only one that I read this month. Um, and they are both in an MFA program for poetry. So they had known each other in high school, reconnected about 10 years later in an MFA program. And so uh, it was cute. It was really well written. I like gobbled it up. I think I read it in 24 hours because it was just the writing was really good. And when the writing is good on a romance, I can just read it so fast. So
Was it like a bookish like theme? Because it seemed like from the title, it seems
yeah,
like
so they have a lot of, I mean, they like read their poetry and share their poetry in the book a lot. Um, they talk about how their poetry impacts like their relationship with each other, with other people. So definitely like a bookish within a book kind of
yeah,
fun. So,
I love that.
um, yeah, and actually that was recommended for me by Lauren Oakey, who wrote The Best Worst Thing, who's my like author buddy on our page. She recommended that. Katie is one of her friends, and she was like, if you haven't read it, it's so good. So shout out because it was great and I loved it. Um, I also read What Happens in Amsterdam, which I've been seeing this book all over because the cover is beautiful. It's like pink with flowers and stuff. And I did this on audiobook, which if anybody's like on the fence, I recommended it to somebody else too. Do it on audio because they're in Amsterdam and a lot of the characters are Dutch and they have accents when they talk, which I felt like was like immersive. I felt like I was like watching a play of the book because everybody sounded like they could have been on stage, you know? Um, but second chance romance where he was their foreign exchange student.
Oh.
Yes. And then she takes a job in Amsterdam and they get married. So
Wow. Okay.
that's not giving anything away because it happens within the first 50 pages of the book. So that's the
Yeah.
plot of the book.
Same with
Um,
the co-op, right? Similar.
yeah.
Yeah.
But this one felt more realistic. I asked a couple friends who had read it and they all kind of agreed like the reasoning here was actually not a bad like there was a more legitimate reasoning than other
I will
fake
say with
marriage
the
books.
co-op, like I was like, is this really like I don't would
How
people
you're
really
gonna
do
get
this?
money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Where this
yeah.
one, like, she's gonna get sent out of the country. So that's part
High
of it.
stakes, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really cute. I read An Introvert's Guide to Life and Love by Lauren Applebaum. I got this as an arc by accident. So Forever Publishing sent it to me in an email as a thank you for reading another Neck Alley book by them. They emailed it to me and they were like, "Here's another book if you want to read it," and it was so cute. It's about a girl who ends up because of the pandemic, she works a fully remote job and she's like an introvert, doesn't talk to anybody. Her grandmother dies and leaves her a cabin in Florida. And so she has to go to Florida to help take care of her grandfather and like take care of this cabin that she's been left. And turns out she likes people and she forgot that she liked people.
Oh,
Um, yeah, it was so cute. The romance was really, really cute. Um, it was like, I thought that you're emailing me this book, so it was going to be okay. And it was way better than I expected. I loved it. It was
yeah.
so, so cute. Um,
Yeah.
so I also read Game Point by Meg Jones. Tennis, first tennis book I've ever read. I know nothing about tennis, um, but it was cute.
Same.
I liked it. I like a sports romance, even if it's a sport I don't
Yeah, you
really
do.
like. Yeah, I'm
I
a
don't
sports
know.
romance girly. It
I
doesn't
don't think
matter if I don't know the sport.
I'm trying to think. I don't know that I've read a whole sports romance book. Is that crazy? Am I not thinking of something? Because I tried to read Mile High and I hated it.
Yeah, which I don't really blame you for that because that's the worst in the five series.
And it was audio,
I don't.
so
I'm
it
trying
was
to
like
think.
super cringe.
Yeah, I don't know if you have. Oh, there's some really good ones, but
Yeah.
that's for future Alex. But
I'm just reading
um,
about blobs. I'm not reading about
you're just reading about blobs, and I'm reading about tennis, things we know nothing about here. Um, but that was an arc. That one comes out in September, so that was from Avon. Avon had some really. Was looking through, and I've read some awesome arcs by Avon this year, so love that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I read a couple other things. I read a book for work. I read The Bodyguard by Catherine Center, which was very, very good. I like Catherine Center is a thumbs up for me.
Yeah,
Was
you
not
seem to
sold.
enjoy her.
Yeah, and actually I've recommended the rom-comers to a few people and everybody liked it. So
That's
um
good.
yeah, I think my husband is still reading he's listening to the rom-comers right now on audio and he's really liking it. Um
You read
yeah.
Iron and Numbers?
Did Mike
Mike.
read Iron and Numbers?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and
Okay.
he is reading The Best Worst Thing right now, and then he's gonna read Thorns and Fire next. So
Okay.
he's probably
Cool.
gonna start it this week.
Nice.
He's really, really excited about it, but
Yeah.
he
That's
had come
exciting.
off of finishing Oathbound and he couldn't dive right into
Yeah.
Thorns and Fire after Oathbound,
There.
so which I don't blame him for because
You
the
need
end
a
of
little.
Oathbound was
Yeah.
so.
You need a little palate cleanser after that, I think.
Yes, for sure, for sure. Um, so yeah, overall it was a good month. So, what's your top anticipated read for August?
Well, um,
Thorns and
Thorn.
Fire, right?
Yeah, I'd have to say that. And that's what I'm reading now. I don't know. I've kind of just been like going where the wind blows me, aka like the blob and atmosphere, like kind of just came out of nowhere because I'm just going with what's drawing me to it because I'm having a harder time reading, and so keeping myself a little open has been helping. Uh,
Yeah.
and just like letting things hit me when they hit me. But
Let
for
Libby decide what you're reading. You don't decide what you're reading. Libby decides what you're reading.
it's true, and I've actually had to like pass up stuff because I'm just not reading um, fast enough, which is unfortunate. Like I got the second book of the Spell Shop. It's called like the Enchanted Greenhouse, I think.
Yeah.
That one pretty quickly for it being brand new, and I just couldn't fit it in, and so I just, I gave it up so that someone else could read it. But I am going to be reading Strange the Dreamer. That's in my book club. And I don't really know what it's about. I know I've been told what it's about, but I can't remember.
It's that one brain cell really hitting right now for you.
Yeah, honestly, it's just like two brain cells rubbing together in a tumbleweed up there. Like there's not really much happening. Um, but yeah, so I'm excited because one of my good friends, she's doing book club this month, and so I trust her, and I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
She's a little less like romancy fun. Like she's a little more serious with her reading, and so I'm hoping I can keep up with that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find a romance palette cleanser, I feel like, with
Yeah,
that book.
I might. I might. It might be time for a Love Light Farms book at some point. This.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, we said maybe the Wild series by Elsie Silver since the
Oh
next one
yes.
comes out.
Okay. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
Yeah, Wild Eyes, Wild Side.
Yeah, because I really
So,
did enjoy. Was it Wild Love the first one?
Wild Love, yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. So yeah, I might do that. That's probably gonna be my good in between heavier or fantasy reads or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
So I'm almost finished. I'm hoping I'll finish it today. A Man Called Uwe by Frederick Bachman. I've seen
Oh,
Frederick Bachman a lot and I've never read anything by him. And
yeah.
so I've been listening to this on audio and
How are you liking
I'm loving it. So I
it?
can't wait
Okay.
until the end. I'm hoping I feel the same way. Um, it's not at all what I expected and not my typical read, and I'm absolutely loving it.
That's my friend Holly who is doing Strange the Dreamer loves that author. I don't know. I can't remember if she's read that one, but
He
that's
probably
what.
has. This, I think, is his most, it's like one of his first books that's very popular.
Okay. Yeah. Isn't it? He does like
Um,
Beartown and like I can't remember the other one that's big, but
yeah, he just
um,
had a book that came out, I think, this year that people were talking about a lot in the spring, but I can't remember what it was called. But
yeah.
yeah, really loving it. Um, and then my goal is to read Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. That comes out in September. I've had it for a few months and just haven't been in the right place to think. It's about gods and goddesses, so I have to be in like a good mindset for that. But I
That's
really liked Divine Rivals,
okay.
so
That's what I was gonna
yeah,
ask
it's
because
the
that's the
same
same authors.
world, not the same story,
Okay.
but the same world.
Okay. Gotcha.
Um, so that's my goal. And I have a feeling either, oh, I have the Unmaking of June Farrow, I think. So I'll probably try to read that. I think I'm going to be allowed a little out of my comfort zone
Yeah.
this month as far as some authors and some books. I also just got The Blonde Identity, which is a spy romance.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to be all over the map this month with what I'm reading.
I
We'll see
think
how it goes.
I think it's fun. I think it's nice to like see what else is out there because it
Yeah.
starts to feel a little stale. Like a lot of romances kind of follow the same kind of pattern, and so you kind of, and even romanticies, like I found
Yeah.
myself being like, oh, okay, this is like feels like the same story that I've read a million times. So it's nice to just shake it up, and sometimes that's fine. Sometimes like
Yeah.
that's what you want, that's what you like, but sometimes it's like I need something a little new and fresh here. Like keep
Totally.
things, keep me on my feet, keep me on my toes.
Yeah. I'm also starting now. I'm going to do a little segment for our Instagram page about some holiday romance books. I got 5 of them off NetGalley. So I have
Yeah.
so many off NetGalley. So I'm reading one now, trying to slowly make my way through them. So I'm not like cramming in 5 holiday romance books at one time.
Are they
Because that
any authors that we've already read, or mostly just new
Um,
ones?
this one
Hey,
is by Lauren Blakely. I haven't read a book by her, but I've seen books by her. So
Yeah,
she to me was well known.
yeah.
I think she's the only author that I like knew of. So that's the first one I picked up. So I'm reading My Favorite Holiday right now by her. So
Oh,
a fake dating, cute book so far. I'm about halfway through. So, but I have 4 others to get through. So I'll probably read at least one more in August and maybe 2 more in August and 2 in September. I don't know. We'll see.
nice. You're
Yeah.
doing the hard work for the rest of us, so we
Yeah,
know
so that everybody knows
what
which great holiday romances to read.
yeah, perfect. All right, well, it sounds like it was a pretty good month.
Yeah. All right, we'll
Um,
see how August goes.
yeah, excited. All right, well, I guess we'll catch you next time. Let us know what you read in July, what we should be reading in August, and we'll see you next month.